I was in academy 2 weeks, and I wasn't feeling too good. I had a lot of fevers. Just I knew something was wrong. So immediately I went to the hospital, went talked to my doctor, and did all these tests. And as time went on, I could tell something was wrong. When the doctor came in and told me that I had cancer, you think of a death sentence. You think I'm done. You hear the worst case scenario. You think you're going to die. Everything just caves in, and you don't think it's true. You think it's just a dream, a bad dream, and then you have to deal with the reality of dealing with the cancer. And it was pretty devastating to hear that. I was probably in the best shape of my life, and which actually probably saved my life. Like someone hit you over the head with a hammer. I was in hospital for a straight month. I don't remember much of that. I was 215 pounds and went down about 165 pounds. Extreme vomiting, violent vomiting, just no energy, nothing. I didn't have much left except my what held me up was my family, my friends. That's what kept me going. Because without that, I wouldn't be here. It was just 6 months of chemotherapy. It was grueling. It was terrible. It was a different kind of chemotherapy, and it was the strongest chemotherapy that you could get. My doctor said after the fact, he said that's the most chemotherapy that a human being can go through. And obviously I didn't realize that I kind of found out real quick how difficult it was going to be. But after that, I said, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I said, that's it. I can't remember who said that, but they said, well, then you might die. I said, well, then let it be. When you look back after all the things that I went through, and you kind of just like, okay, now I understand why I went through what I went through. Because God had a plan for me, obviously. He wanted me to endure what I went through, to understand and be more empathetic to these families. 2003, Mother's Day, actually it was May of 2003, I read an article about a little girl, Brianna Roberts, and surprisingly, it brought me to tears. I know it's hard to believe, but it brought me to tears, and here I'm sitting in my office crying, and it just kind of lit a fire underneath me. And I said, I am not going to just sit here and do nothing. So I contacted the reporter and got in touch with the family. They're in California, and Brianna had a rare tumor on her vaginal wall, and it was the size of a lemon. It was just a great story. And so they were in Loma Linda, California, and I just, like I said, it just lit a fire underneath me, and that's how Cops Fighting Cancer was born. How I describe it sometimes, it's like pushing a locomotive by yourself, and I'm pushing it, and okay, and then I got another person coming on board. Okay, they're helping me push, and sooner or later this locomotive is moving. So they jumped on board. We had our first fundraiser in August of 2003, and it was a great success. Did a lot of the stuff myself. I look back and think, wow, how the heck did I do it? But it was just a passion for this little girl and the drive to help her. And without a doubt, that was, if you want to call it, the beginning of Cops Fighting Cancer. And we raised $15,000 for her and her family. So that kind of got the ball rolling and opened up the doors for other families. And I just kept moving. My ultimate vision is to have that throughout the country and possibly throughout the world, to help families not only in Colorado, but help families throughout the country.